But Tom's airplane quickly developed a problem.
Bob, I've got a rough engine. I go back and see little puffs of black coming out of his exhaust stacks. And I said, Tom, do you see that little plateau over there on the top of that mountain? And he said, yes. I said, that's the only chance you've got. I said, or else you'll bail out and we'd never find you in these mountains. And I said, why don't you take a look at it and make your decision? And so he looked at it and he said, I'm going for it. And he got down and got stopped.
Bob later wrote, I knew Tom would never have left me in a similar situation. I was determined that we'd either both make it back or neither one of us would. Those who saw him fly fighters in those days believed he was simply the best there ever was, which makes what happened to him in combat all the more surreal.
The day I was shot down, we were dive bombing some transports, feeding supplies to the Germans in southern France there. And we were attacked by 4 Focke-Wulf 190s. And we just pulled off of the target of releasing our bombs, and we were all split up. I pulled out of a break like this, and I was up about almost 90 degrees, and I saw this Focke-Wulf out here, and I just ignored him. And about that time, I was hit. And believe it or not, it was a 90-degree deflection shot. They tied me up on a big column in the lobby with my hands behind me like this, and the wives would come by and spit on me.
Bob endured 16 months in that camp. He repeatedly tried to escape, but was caught, beaten, and put in solitary each time. But gaining his freedom was now Bob's focus. And I believe determination was the engine that drove Bob Hoover in every circumstance of his life. In exchange for some food, Bob wrote her a letter to give to the advancing Allied troops. The letter asked the Allies to treat her kindly because of the help she had provided him. As he was leaving, she also gave him a pistol. Bob was on the hunt for a German airplane he could use to fly himself to the Allied lines and freedom. As he continued to move around the German countryside, he was in and out of the lines of the Russian troops. The Russians were vengeful enemies.